I'm Maxie.
Hello, I'm Carolyn.
And welcome back to Mutable Immutables, the show where we quibble queerly and sometimes take a break for 4 months.
Yeah, God. So sorry about that.
Sorry, guys.
We're
There were
back
some technical difficulties of the cranial variety.
of the
Um,
neuroses variety. To
yeah.
our loyal fans who were anxiously waiting our return, we're back.
To Broski Nation, we thank you. Or whatever the fuck.
Broski
Yeah, so
Nation.
it's the first thing that came to mind. Listen, I'm
Okay.
yes-anding in my life now.
Oh, okay.
Because now I'm happy. Hi.
Love this.
It's been a long time. Yeah, how are you, Carolyn?
I'm fine. I'm moving right along. I spent the weekend with my gal pals at an adoption party for a cat.
Oh
So
my
it
gosh,
was great.
that's awesome.
How are you?
I'm good, which is weird because like before I would say I was good because I thought I was, but shocker,
Oh, you're good.
wasn't. But now I'm cool. That's what a lot of yoga and therapy will do for you.
Have you tried yoga for your depression?
Oh girl, yeah, yoga with Adrian. She's turning me out. Yeah. So yeah, for our listeners wondering what happened, if you were wondering what happened, um, there was a lot going on personally in my life that I needed to like take a step back and deal with, and it has been dealt with. Things are good. Um, and so today, Carolyn and I are just back to say hello. Welcome back. We kind of fell off at a honestly not terrible point because we were just
It was the
getting ready to
holidays.
start the new direction of our show. It was
Oh
like
yeah.
the holidays. So, yeah, very much looking
Which
forward to
yeah,
moving forward in a more, I guess, focused direction this time.
a more mentally healthy direction.
Yeah. Yeah, mental health, man. It's crazy what it'll like what happens when you start like focusing on yourself, you know?
Yeah. I'm very happy to hear that you're at a great point of your life.
Yeah. I'm living. I'm living.
Um, in other great news, tomorrow is meme day at work, and so I'm dressing up as. Okay, so the backstory is that like one of my coworkers last Halloween had a very great costume of that dog and a burning building that says "This
Love
is
her.
fine." Yeah,
Yep.
and so based on that, we're having meme day, and I was like, well, my favorite meme is RuPaul hitting the bong. I don't. My job is pretty cool, but I don't think they're that cool. Um, but so my friend gave me the idea. I'm gonna be the Bratz meme where she has her hair up in a top knot and like
I
full
love
beat,
her.
but her hair is like insane. That's like what I look like on my Zoom calls anyway. But I feel like it's easy enough to like take down for my client calls and then put up for
Fair.
fun. But anyway, that's
That
what's
sounds like
going
fun.
on exciting in my life.
Yeah, I love that. I don't have I don't have theme days at my job. I just have days
Mhm.
where everything hits the fan, but it's fine. It's
It's fine.
cool. Yeah. So,
You caught
I
me in the
thought I
middle
had
of. Sorry, go ahead.
No, what were you saying?
I was gonna say you caught me in the middle of watching Scream 1996 for the first time, actually.
Oh, I've actually never seen that movie. Say more about that. How is
I
it?
hadn't either. It's incredible. So it's my best friend's favorite movie, and she has great taste. And she was like, "I need you to watch it. Like, this is the most important movie of my entire life." And so finally, I'm getting around to it. And
It's pretty
it's
campy, right?
yeah, it's like not satirical, but it's like self-referential to the horror genre. Like that's the whole
Oh, I
thing.
love that.
Is the killer will be um, like, what's your favorite scary movie? Blah blah blah, like things like that.
Oh,
So it's
I would
pretty
eat that
fun.
shit up.
Yeah, it's on Paramount Plus.
I don't have Paramount Plus currently.
Oh, I thought you
I
did.
I did at one point. Yeah. I've been I mean there's so fucking many. I just like I'll
Yeah.
get one for when I need to watch a show and then get rid of it at this point. Although I've been debating pulling the trigger on HBO just because I
See,
feel like all the good shows are on HBO right now.
okay, I thought about that, and also I've heard they got a lot of good movies, but then they just like come under new management and like delete a bunch of shit from their archive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Legendary isn't on there anymore. Like they got
It's
rid of all
not?
this stuff. Exactly.
Oh, fuck, that was on my list.
Right. So I would like look up the things that you want to watch and make sure they're still there before you. This was like drama a couple months ago. I can't believe you didn't hear about it. You're kind of like techie
No, I didn't
in
hear
the
about
know.
that. I did hear about the whole Netflix thing where they were like, y'all are gonna have to
Oh
renew
yeah.
your, subscription on your home network or whatever. And then they were like, just kidding, because
Just
everyone was like
kidding.
sending them death threats or whatever. Because like the also I do have to admire like the way that
Bullying
Netflix is
works.
committed to like ruining their user experience and just like making everything awful for their users.
Yeah. Didn't they said just kidding on that though, didn't they?
They did, yeah. And I don't fully trust that they're not going to like try to crack down on it because corporate greed, but for now it's fine cuz my mom pays for my shit still. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't want another bill, you know.
I hear you. Yeah, Netflix would not be worth it to me. I don't think.
See, I feel like I'm in the like unpopular opinion crowd where it's like there is like I understand that there's a lot of just like trash garbage on Netflix,
Oh,
but there
there's
also
some
is a
hidden
lot of stuff on
gems.
Netflix I like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my boyfriend and I we were just watching Shadow and Bone because he hasn't seen it at this point and season 2 is coming out soon. You season 4 part 1 just dropped. So we watched that. Heartstopper also lives on Netflix.
We know
I will
you
not
love
be letting that go.
Heartstopper.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. Like but also, like, Netflix is just really like they love to just like give you shows and then take them away.
Yeah, that
You
is
know?
true. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the shows I've watched, like I like watching something that was like one season and it's done and it's all wrapped up and everything.
Oh, did you watch? I might have already texted you about this, or maybe we talked about it. The Watcher.
Oh my god, loved The Watcher.
Love it, love it.
So
You know what got
creepy.
me though, is
What?
and you can probably relate to this. I consume so much true crime, just like
Oh,
independently,
that
where I
storyline.
was
I
like,
knew it, babe. I knew
yep, I
exactly
was
where
like,
this is
I know
going.
this story, I know this story. But what gagged me is I was like, I didn't think they were related because I had already heard them before. I was like, I don't
Well,
think these two
they're not in real
go
life.
together. No,
They're
no, no,
not
I
in
know.
real.
So I
Oh,
had to
okay.
Google
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like,
Exactly. Me too.
but I
That's
was
why
like,
I know
who
that.
am I? Like, why am I so deep that I literally know exactly what
Yeah,
these
but
stories are?
spoiler alert for our loyal listeners. But yeah, when he like starts going into he like loses the job and starts going into work, I was like, I've seen that before. I've heard that before.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Speaking of true crime, did you hear there's a girl in like Sweden or somewhere in Europe claiming to be Madeline McCann, who was like, you know who
Really?
she is? She was like a British
Oh,
girl
girl,
who
yeah.
was kidnapped at like for our loyal listeners. She was
Oh,
kidnapped
sorry.
or disappeared, went missing at like age like 4 or something, right?
Yeah,
Like
she was
really
young. She
young.
was a baby.
Yeah. And it just like was in the news for like months. It was just like
No, I
the
didn't hear about
crime of
that.
the yeah. But yeah, there's some girl saying that she's Madeline McCann, so who knows um if that's true or not, but she
Have
says
you
it.
seen what's it called? I was just telling about this. Have you seen Don't Pick Up the Phone?
No, I have not.
It's gaggy. There's this dude who will just like call from payphones and shit. And this was
Mm-hmm.
real. This is like true crime. He'll just call from payphones to these like fast food restaurants all over the country. And he will get the like manager on duty to take one of the like
Oh
crew
my god.
members in the back and like strip
Yes.
search them.
Oh, cringe. I know. I do know what you're talking about. Oh my god.
Like what the
Cringe.
fuck?
Horrible. Yeah.
No, I was like, I was trying to find a true crime thing to watch the other day, and I was scrolling through, and I've watched literally all of them. Every single one I have watched.
Okay, you're a Netflix gal. I it's not true crime, but did you watch Midnight Mass?
Oh, girl, yes, we love Mike Flanagan.
I don't know who
Wild.
that is. Is he the hot priest or the hot cop?
No, he's
Because
the
there's both.
writer. He's the
Oh, okay.
creator. He
Oh,
did
oh, okay.
Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly
Yeah.
Manor,
Okay.
Hush. Yeah.
Yes, I'm not good with names.
No,
Sorry,
we
but
love his
yeah,
work.
I was actually just thinking about rewatching that show because like I have been given a new perspective. I watched like a 3 or 4 hour YouTube documentary, which has been my new pièce de résistance lately. Sorry, my laptop charger keeps. There we go. Oh shit. Okay. If I like disappear at any moment, it's because my laptop randomly died. Anyway, but it
That's
was
fine.
this YouTube video about like religious interpretation in Midnight Mass versus God's Not Dead, which was that Christian propaganda movie from a few years back. But it was so interesting. So it made
Hmm.
me want to watch Midnight Mass again with like a new
Midnight
perspective.
Mass is one. I don't know if I can do that one again. Not that it was like spooky, ooky, scary, like I'm gonna have
No, it's
nightmares, but like
unsettling though, and it makes you
the
think
way that it
about.
sits with you afterwards.
Yeah, it was really like, yeah, no, just like, and then the one character who like refuses, who like does not accept religion at any point in the movie is the one who becomes the Christ-like figure. Like it's so,
It's
so
a
good.
lot. Yeah. I'm sorry, looking through my Netflix right now to see what else. I honestly I've not been doing a whole lot of like watching. I've been doing because one day I realized I was like, I'm just coming home. I'm just putting shows on TV and I'm
Yeah,
just like
not
doing
paying
other
attention.
things. Like it's just background noise. Why don't I just start listening to fucking music? Because that's what music is for. So I've
Do you
started
know,
doing
I
that.
go in and out of phases where I'm like listening to music and not listening to music. Like I feel like for a couple months I will just only listen to podcasts and like not music at all.
Mm. No, that's relatable. I do that too. I've not
And
been in
that's
a
why I end up
podcast
having.
era.
I love a podcast. I have listened, oh my God, I have binged so many podcasts lately. I listened to all of Sloppy Seconds with Meatball and Big Dipper. And then I also listened to all of like Ebony and Irony with Lady Bunny and Monet. And I listened to all of Rage Chaser. I listened to all of Sibling Rivalry. And now I'm listening to Bald and the Beautiful. Oh my
Okay,
God,
work.
it's so much. It's so much. But this is how
It's
my
a lot.
Spotify stats get up to like over 100,000 minutes a year. So
Are you do you have Hall and Closet on that list?
eventually, it'll probably be all of, like the mom podcasts at some point. To be honest, it's
I
just like
like I
so.
follow huh?
It's just like low stakes. Like it's not
Yeah.
like a true crime story you have to pay attention to, and it just like feels like background noise, but they're making
Mhm.
jokes. And so honestly, have I paid attention to all of these podcasts? Absolutely not, but I have played them.
No. My go-tos usually are um the Adventure Zone, which is like sometimes hard for me because that one's one that you kind of have to like pay attention to,
Is
but it's
that like
fun.
one of the tabletop game
Mhm.
podcasts? Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually our old coworker got me into it.
Oh, okay.
Um and
The
and so
one
I
that
still
you.
listen to that one.
Sorry, which old coworker? The one you hated, who was kind of
No.
nerdy. Oh,
No, no, no.
the one we
Um
loved.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um, so I still listen to that one. I they have their main podcast, which was their first one that they started, because now each of the brothers has their own podcast with their wives and things like that. But also my brother and me, that's like their main one. Um, I go to that one a lot. I used to do violating community guidelines with Sarah Shower and Brittany Broski, but they
Oh,
aren't.
they
They
broke up.
stopped
They
it.
had a divorce.
I think they're still friends though, right?
I
But
thought there was some
the
drama. Like I thought Sarah showered. I'm not even like I don't even keep up, but I do like drama. I thought she like subtweeted some shit after they ended the podcast, and
oh, I didn't know about
she
that.
was like, guess the podcast won't be coming back or some shit like that. I don't fucking know.
Oh, okay. No, no, no. I do know about that. My suspicions were always that it was like a conflict with the studio.
Ah,
But
yeah.
because they still live together, I think. But Sarah does have a new podcast with someone else. So I'm like,
Okay.
hmm.
I don't know. Whatever. I don't. I don't listen to these people, and I'm just like speculating on their friendship.
I'm also a nerd, and so I also do listen to um, Braving the Elements with Dante Bosco and Janet Varney. It's the official Avatar podcast.
Oh my
Um,
god.
well, because there's so, first of all, I mean, I'm obsessed with Avatar, and there's all
Well, you
this
do need to
new content
specify
that's
these
coming out.
days that you're talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender,
I
not the
fucking
James Cameron.
refuse. I fucking refuse and fuck James Cameron because Avatar: The Last Airbender came out before his fucking alien shit. And still to this day, I have nothing against the film. I think I've seen it one time, and my only note was that it was long.
It's long
Um,
as fuck.
it's so fucking long, and I will
And
not
it's
be
also
watching the
just
second one.
like not a very interesting story.
Yeah,
But anyway.
I'm like, what's the hype? But so Last Airbender came out before the like James Cameron films, and at that time I'd been watching it since day one, and so at that time you didn't have to specify, and ever since that movie came out, you started having to specify, and I was like, fuck you. And then I doubled down on that fuck you because then they had to like when they did Korra, they had to call it The Last Airbender, The Legend of Korra, instead of just
Oh wow.
Avatar, Legend of
Yeah. Oh,
Korra,
gotcha.
because James Cameron has the powerful lawyers and whatever, despite the fact that Last Airbender came first. And so I'm like,
God.
fuck all this.
Okay.
Anyway, um, I do though have some music recs to share because I've been listening to a lot of music lately.
Right.
And there's some new artists have entered the chat for me that I want to share.
Love this.
So let's start with have you heard of SZA? Just kidding.
Oh my
Could you imagine? um,
Knowing me.
have you heard of Teddy?
No.
So it's spelled like Teddy, like teddy bear, but then it's also got like the old school emoticon heart with like the little whatever the fuck you call that, like that little
Corny, but
arrow
okay.
bracket
Yes.
thing, and then the number 3. She has some, I don't even know how you describe it. I guess like an indie rock situation, but it has like a moody vibe too. I don't know. I like her stuff a lot. And she's a trans girly that y'all can support because I guess there's drama with Kim Petras or whatever because she's with that producer still. I don't
She
know.
also doesn't make very good music, except for "Give You My Heart to Break," which is like one of my favorite pop songs of the last
That is
probably
such a
decade.
good fucking pop song. Yeah. It's mm. Also slow it down. Slow it down is a bop.
Anyway, we
Just
don't
for
support
a
Dr.
minute.
Luke.
Yeah, no, we
Please
certainly do
continue.
not. Oh, here's one that TikTok introduced me to. Flyana Boss. You ever heard of them?
No, and honest to God, I'm probably not going to know of anybody you're about to say.
Okay, well, fair. Flyana Boss, it's these two best friends. It's like girl rap, and
Oh,
their
fun.
songs go the fuck off. Like, let me.
They don't happen to be two girls who made a music video outside of a Waffle House, do they?
They very well could be. I'm not sure.
Okay. I saw that video on Twitter and everybody was like such a hater, but I was like, I love this.
So I'm gonna play a snippet from one of my favorite songs by them.
My fly. That's right. Watch out.
Anyway, that song's called Bounce It. Y'all go check out Bounce It by Flyana Boss. Very good. What else have I been listening to? Oh, okay, the big one. This one I think that you can really get into. Have you heard of Chapel Roan?
Mm-mm.
She has this song that I think Meatball is actually in the music video for.
Love
Um
people.
Pink Pony Club is what it's called. Um
Fun.
it's so fucking good. So there's kind of like a split between her older stuff and her newer stuff. Her older stuff is more it kind of has like a Billie Eilish type vibe, like it's that like dark pop kind of situation. But then her newer stuff just feels like I don't know. It's like it's a pop vibe. Really can't explain it. I highly recommend
Okay.
Pink Pony Club, My Kink is Karma, Femininomenon, Casual, Naked in Manhattan. All of these are so good. Her name is Chapel Roan, Chappell. Last name Roan, and she's going on tour right now. Actually, she just started. My boyfriend and I were gonna try to go see her in March, because she's coming to Seattle, but her tickets were sold out, and the only ones that were available were like scalper tickets for like
Mm-hmm.
$200 or whatever. Oh, also Lana Del Rey's new song,
What's it called?
A&W.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
It's so good. She just dropped it like a week or so ago. A&W, very good. Oh, also I finally got into the Maggie Rogers train. I listened to the Surrender album
Mm-hmm.
last week, and it's very good. So I've been doing a lot of music stuff. It's where I've been at.
You ever listen to Anything Goes? Patty
Anything
LuPone.
goes. Oh, I was like, is that what she's talking
No,
about?
I'm not a great romantic. I know I'm going to answer when you propose.
No, but I do
Anything
love those
goes.
videos of Patty LuPone like either yelling at audience members or just like glaring at them.
Yeah, she's funny.
You know what I mean?
She's funny, but also very talented. I love a song.
Oh, insanely talented. Yeah.
That's what I've been into lately is old Broadway standards.
Honestly, work. I kind of love that. I do love like a very classic, like vaudevillian Broadway vibe. I don't,
Yeah.
they're not generally in like my like listening like circles. Like I don't typically cycle through them, but
Well,
I love it. Like a Don't Rain on My Parade moment. Ugh.
I
By
watched
the way,
Funny Girl for the first time recently. By the way, sorry, what?
well, on the topic of Funny Girl, I want to know how Leah Michelle manifested, I mean, Money and Privilege, but literally like manifested playing her favorite role in her favorite show, I guess, on Glee, and then 10 years later doing it IRL. I'm like,
I
what's
feel
going
like
on?
you said it. It's because it was like a meme for so long, was how she kind of acted exactly like her character. Like it was
Well,
bound
and
to
I mean,
happen, you know?
that, like, that's how Ratatouille happened. You know, enough people talked about it on TikTok.
Okay, never mind.
Do you not remember that?
I'm not on fucking TikTok, Max. Don't get me started. Also,
No,
all
it
our
was.
listeners, I'm coming to you as a woman. No, a friend even. Delete your TikTok. Fucking delete it. It's rotting your brain. I say this as somebody who wakes up and tweets first thing in the morning. Delete your TikTok.
I've actually doubled down on TikTok.
Oh my
I have started making videos because it's kind of fun. I only have a couple up right now, but
I do feel like I would be good at TikTok and love it if I was the right generation for it, but I just
Wow, hang on, folks. Carolyn was born in the wrong generation.
can't.
Would you like to say more about that? Would you like to say more about how special you are? You have an
Me,
Aquarius rising, right?
me born 6 months before you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I
Uh,
was born in the wrong generation. I feel like that usually works the other way though, where it's like, I wish I could go see the Beatles. I was born in the wrong generation. This is the opposite. I wish I was.
isn't that what you're saying though?
No, I'm saying I'm not the right generation for TikTok. I'm too old.
Oh. We are kind of at that weird point where it's like we're not old, but
Um,
like we're old
I'm old.
for the kids, and I don't like that. Like I
I
seeing
hate to
these
break
Gen
it to
Z
you, but that
kids,
kind of means you're old.
girl. I mean, my body's telling me I'm old too. I wake up, my back hurts every day.
So, like, if it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck. What the fuck is it, Max?
Delusion. Convince
Convince yourself.
yourself. Yeah. Oh fuck.
Oh my god, speaking of, since the last time we spoke, your BFF Jinx won All Stars.
Oh yeah, did we not cover that? I
No,
guess we didn't.
no.
Yeah, well fucking deserved. And not only did she win
And
All Stars, she's in Chicago right now on Broadway.
not only did your BFF Jinx win All Stars, your other BFF Irene lost season 15 of Drag Race.
I was so fucking upset about that. Ugh. God damn. Because like, okay,
That
for the
poor
folks who
girl.
don't know, who maybe do watch Drag Race and who like didn't really think about Irene all that much, she didn't get like the world's best edit. But let me tell you, her drag is fucking insane. And
She's
like
incredible.
if y'all followed her on Insta and like saw
Yeah.
the looks that she would have been bringing, like even Cornbread tweeted about it the other day. Like she fucking gives. Okay,
Yeah.
and like if she doesn't come back for All Stars in some way, shape, or form, I'm gonna be upset. Not because like I don't think that Drag Race will make or break who you are as a performer or an artist, but because like more people need to see what she can fucking bring. Because she's
Yeah.
goddamn amazing. Also, the fact that Seattle Queens on this show have a reputation for doing extremely well, except for one of them. But that was Robbie
No.
Turner, and Robbie
Oh, okay.
Turner made it
Yeah.
even further than Irene, and that doesn't
Yeah.
sit right with me.
Yeah, Robbie Turner even like won a challenge or two.
No,
Can, like,
Irene did win the first mini challenge, I think, but that was it.
I guess they do win like money for that kind of thing now.
Also, like, I didn't think her talent show was not funny. I thought it was funny. I just think that she didn't have the right amount of time to really like hit the bit home, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people feel that way. It was clear. It was one of those things where it's very easy to edit to be bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Truly.
I'm sure it's hilarious in person. Like, I really
She's so funny in
believe
person.
that.
Yeah.
But like, it's so easy for the like, it's such a low hanging fruit for them to be like, this dumb bitch, you know.
Yeah.
So
I hope that she's not getting. I mean, I don't think she's getting a ton of undeserved hate. I don't really keep up with it, but yeah, no, she's great. Also, speaking of Seattle and drag and stuff, since the time that we last recorded, I have seen two Rue girls at my local one of my local bars. Um, one of which was Utica, and that one was a little wild because like I didn't know that she was going to be there, so I showed up and the cover was more expensive and I was like, why? And they were like, oh, Utica's here. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know that she was going to be here. And then she was there, and then she wiggled in a very large sock for a lot of her set.
cool.
And that was that. That's not a read, that's factual information.
Cool.
And then the other one, I one time somehow found myself, and I don't know if I told you this story. I think I might have. I somehow found myself um, at a VIP party for the company of a friend of this guy that I was seeing. And Willow Pill happened to be performing that night, and so they take us to this like hidden secret bar upstairs for the VIP party. And then I had already pre-gamed pretty hard. And so by the time I get up there, it's an open bar, by the way, and they mostly just have champagne. And so I'm already Lucy DeLuca, loosey goosey by the time that Willow Pill strolls through. And then Willow Pill strolls through, and I'm like, holy fucking shit. I'm at this fucking VIP party with Willow fucking Pill. It was wild. I don't remember much of the show, though, because by the time we actually got down for the show, I was gone. I was twisted. It's fine though. Anyway. Yeah.
The last time I was drunk was this weekend at the cat adoption party.
I love that for you.
I drank lots of pickleback shots.
Oh God.
And then made the cat a Slayer shirt.
Oh. That's what that was. I'm just not putting two and two together. I saw that on your story.
Yeah. Yep.
I love that.
That was for the cat. I don't think the cat's gonna wear the shirts, but that's okay. It was fun to make them.
I don't remember the last time I was like drunk. I think it was probably I think it was New Year's, because I went crazy at New Year's, not intentionally, but I went to this like enormous gay house party.
Oh my God.
And there was a pregame beforehand, and I turned up a little bit there, but nothing crazy. I did try whip shots for the first time at that pregame. Those are fucking delicious. And so we go to this party, and the whole house is like multicolored. Everyone there is gay. Everyone is dressed to the nines. It's a dream. I was like living my best life. Also, open bars, fully catered. I was like, this is insane. They had security too. I was like, you better work. But I wasn't planning on going crazy. So I was just gonna like keep getting White Claws and stuff. But I guess that was everyone's plan, because by the time I got to the bar, and we didn't even get there that late, but by the time I got to the bar, they were out of White Claws. All they had was champagne. And so I was like, fuck, I guess I'm just gonna drink champagne all night. And I fucking did. I had probably the equivalent of like a bottle and a half of champagne that night. It was wild. My hangover was insane. And so then I was like, let me not do this full dry January thing, but let me just not get fucking drunk in January. How about?
Yeah.
Because that was part of my healing process, by the way, was getting really drunk and going to bars and watching drag shows and just being a fucking mess.
Okay.
But since then I did cut back on it, although my tolerance is a little bit crazy because I had a full bottle of wine last night, didn't get drunk, didn't have a hangover. I'm like, what the fuck? It's fine.
My New Year's experience was the complete opposite. My friends and I always go to a cabin in the middle of the woods with a hot tub for New Year's, because it's
Love
one
that.
of my friend's birthday.
I love true crime.
And we drink champagne from the bottle and sit in our bikinis and beanies in freezing cold weather, because
that is such hot girl behavior.
It is. It's very hot girl behavior. And it's what I look forward to every year, and it's super fun. So,
do you remember the time we had New Year's together?
Do I remember that it happened? Yes. Do I remember what happened? Oh. Do I remember what happened? No.
I remember what happened.
I remember like making snow angels. I remember like what you told me happened,
Yeah.
which that's your tea to spill. But
I'm gonna keep that tea to myself. But
anyway,
yeah, that was a wild time. We were also apparently extremely loud, but I don't really put that past us because like you and I,
listen,
especially when we
nobody.
drink,
Listen,
loud.
I am not an obnoxious person, like, but we were never told to be quiet. So like,
Fair,
sorry.
fair. Yeah.
Ask me to
Listen,
shut up and I will, but you didn't ask.
we have things to say and we feel passion. You
That's what
know,
I'm saying, babe. I'm a fire sign.
should be the tagline for the pod.
Oh my god.
I have passion. Well, is there anything that you have for like a new year resolution for the pod, like moving forward? Because we are going to be going um not in a different direction because we did kind of get started in this direction last year. But we are kind of narrowing our focus moving forward with the pod, which I'm very much looking forward to. Um, but I don't know, are there things that you would like to see, things that you would like to discuss, explore moving forward?
Well, I'd like us to make it past October regularly recording. We almost made it a
Retweet.
year.
Oh yeah, by
Um
the way, happy I'm still gonna claim
oh
it. Happy
yeah.
1 year of Mutable
Happy pod
Immutables.
podiversary. Um
Podiversary, yeah, work.
but yeah, I feel like we should stick to whatever we said we were gonna do, which was like every 2 weeks or something, so we don't burn
Mm-hmm.
out. But yeah, I think sticking to that and like sticking it out and actually doing what we're saying we're going to do. So
I would agree with that. Yeah. I also think with the especially when we had first kind of started to get our footing, I think because I mainly listen to like comedy podcasts, I felt a lot of pressure that like it had to be loosey goosey and funny and it couldn't be like, too heavy handed or too serious or whatever. But I think it can be informative and fun,
yeah, those
Not that I'm about
episodes
to
we did
go
on
do a stand
the
up set, but
the episodes we did on the AIDS crisis, that was hilarious.
that was that was a roll and a goof, yeah.
That was classic
Um,
comedy. Some of my best
Oh,
work.
you know what else I would like to do, which I think we had entertained as an idea, but maybe like in between cities, going back and watching some more like divine movies or just
Yes,
like
definitely.
trashy gay film. You know what I think would be great also
Hmm.
as one of those films because I've never seen it all the way through. But I'm a cheerleader. Natasha Leon.
Love, but I'm a cheerleader.
Yeah,
Love, but I'm a cheerleader. That's
I really want to
an
watch that one.
amazing movie. Oh my god. Okay, speaking of like fun movies with amazing color schemes, and also Netflix, did you ever watch Do Revenge on Netflix?
I thought you were gonna say Glass Onion. No, I did not
No.
watch Do Revenge.
I'm Do Revenge's lawyer. I need everybody to watch it. It was so hilarious. It's a reference to like Mean Girls and John Tucker Must Die and like Clueless and all those classic like girly movies, and it's just a beautiful pastel color scheme and a classic story and amazing character. Like Max, it was
That
an,
sounds like my
a
vibe.
masterpiece. It was a masterpiece. I loved it.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I just added
You
it to
do.
my list just now.
Ah,
Also, Glass Onion is fun to watch if you
what is
haven't seen
that
it.
on? Is that on like
It's
Peacock? What
Netflix.
is it? Oh, it's Netflix.
The
D-
that one is the first Knives Out movie is not
Okay.
because I
See,
was gonna try
that's
to
the
watch that
problem
one.
is because I haven't seen the first Knives Out. But
They're not connected.
yeah, I was gonna say I honestly don't think a lot of people did anyway, so it's fine. But maybe I'll watch
No,
it.
but it's got. I mean, the cast is really great. Janelle Monáe's in it. Catherine Hahn, um, Dave Bautista. It's amazing.
Nice, cute. Um, yeah, no, we should. Yeah, but I'm a cheerleader is great. I don't know if I told you, but I did watch Pink Flamingos, which was amazing. Maybe I talked about it on the pod. I think I did actually,
Is that
but
one on Wow?
I think I pirated it. I think it was on. I honest to God
It's
think
what
the
Divine would
website.
want.
I honest to God think the website name was fuckedupmovies.com or like
Love
fedupmovies.com
that.
or something like that. And
Love
that's where I've
that.
watched a lot of things. Um,
Speaking of divine, there's a little gift shop, like a block away from my apartment that has
Is
these
it?
like votive candles with divine
Oh,
on it,
cute.
which I love.
I have my little mini card poster of her, but it's over there. Anyway,
Well, how do we feel?
I feel like we should have planned something to talk about because we don't do well without structure.
Generally true, yeah. But I mean,
But it is fun to
this is
shoot the shit again.
yeah. I've missed having like catch ups with you because like we weren't
We
like
literally didn't talk these last 4 months either.
we were
We
not doing a whole
texted a
lot of
couple
communicating
times.
now.
I
Yeah.
know.
But like, I
But
mean,
th-
you were
I, f-
busy and I had a lot going on and
I also just think that's been our friendship like the entire time we've been friends, so it's fine.
yeah. Which yeah, like now that we've like hit the year mark, it's kind of funny because we didn't really talk for like 2 years and then
Right.
had like a 10-hour phone conversation to set up this
Yeah.
pod and like here we are.
Yeah. So
Love that.
love that. Anyway, but yeah, we'll try to do this more regularly. So see you in 2 weeks. And I'm saying it out loud so that we can be held to it.
Well, before we go, do you have any little victories you would like to share?
It's been almost a year in my current position. You know, I don't like to really talk about my job too much, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm like I had some trials and tribulations that I came out the other end of recently that like made me feel very good about my job and how I do at
Hell
it.
yeah.
So that was cool.
Work.
Um Also, I might be moving. I'm not telling you where because I also try not to talk about my location. But I might be moving to a place where I have a lot more friends. So that's exciting.
Hell yeah. Work.
What are your hoorays? Other than being
Mine.
mentally well.
That's a big one. Yeah. Saying goodbye to Miss Depression for the most part has been a really nice one. Um, Additionally, I am a plant dad now. I bought four more today because unfortunately there's this adorable little plant shop that's like 3 blocks down from my apartment and it's closing like
Oh
permanently,
no.
which makes me so sad because that's where I've gotten most of my plants. So I went there today to like sweep them
Yeah.
out of whatever I could. And so I got four more. So now I have like 16 or 17 plants. And prior to this, never once in my life did I have a plant. And my little victory is that I have been keeping all of them alive and they're thriving. They're doing great.
Okay, my
Um,
best tip for indoor plants, I swear to God, you need to do this. Water them from the bottom. Do not water them by pouring water onto the plants. Water them by putting the plants with like holes in the bottom of the pot into water and the roots suck it up and then you don't get bugs on top.
I have not been doing that. I'll have to try that. For some of them, it's not feasible. But what I have not been doing is overwatering. I've been very
Well, don't do
conscious
that
about
either.
that. Yeah. And they're
But
they're
it's
all
good
doing
with the
really
bottom
well.
watering method because the plants just suck up exactly how much they need to and then the rest of it is just there. And then
Yeah,
you
I'll
use
have to
that
look
water for
into
your other
that.
plants. You
I
should.
also successfully took my new plants and one of my old plants who I thought was dying for a minute, but she's fine. Well, no, she was dying for a minute because I was scorching her accidentally, but now she's fine. I moved her. But I successfully not repotted, but I took some of these babies out of their nursery pots successfully, which I had never done before. Ooh, excuse
Nice.
me. And I put them into their little decorative pots, which do
Yeah.
have drainage holes. Don't come
Good.
at me. Some of my pots don't, but they're still in their nursery pots within the decorative pots because drainage holes are important. So,
No, that's exactly what you should do is have the cute decorative pots, but then just keep them in the plastic ones so they still have the
well, the
drainage.
reason the old one, I had to take her out of the nursery pot because the nursery pot was not sitting fully in the decorative pot and it was driving me
Mm,
fucking crazy.
yeah.
So
No,
I
that'll do it.
today once my boyfriend showed me how to like do the transfer process, I did that for her as well. So,
Um, I have recently inherited um a plant from my grandmother who cannot take care of it any longer, but I can't remember what I think it's called a peacock plant, but it's a
mm,
tropical plant.
I almost bought one of those today.
Yeah, I'm just like really nervous because it's tropical and like historically I've not done well with tropical plants and I also inherited it in the middle of the winter time. Um
How much?
s-
What does that actually mean though? I'm wondering because I think pothos are tropical plants too, and they do fine.
Yeah, well, it's also like humid as fuck in North Carolina, so like
Fair.
it might do okay anyway. What I do is I'm literally sounding insane. I take my plants into the bathroom with me while I take a shower, and I shut the door so that it's all
Oh, that's
steamy,
not
and
crazy.
then after I get out of the shower, I like keep the door closed. Can't do this all the time because you'll get mold, but you keep the door closed so that it's all steamy and humid for your plants.
That's resourceful. Yeah, that's balling on a budget because now you don't have to buy a humidifier.
Yeah, it's a
I
plant spa.
My dream one day is to have enough space where I can have like a dedicated plant room or plant corner, so then I can
Yeah.
get the tropical babies and get like a little humidifier for them. But
Oh
right
my god.
now,
Oh
I'm
my god.
fine.
Great news. Have you been where are they? Have you been to the dollar store since they raised their prices?
No, I actually don't even know if we have one near me.
Oh my god. Their stuff is so cute now for some reason.
Really?
It's more like Dollar General, you know, but it's only a
Okay,
dollar
yeah.
25. I got excited because I bought seed packets for a dollar. So, I'm going to get my
Oh my gosh,
seeds started.
that's my other little victory. I have two plants that I have birthed from
Ugh,
seeds.
love that.
One is a single solitary little rosemary sprig,
Oh my god.
who's just going and growing, and then the other are a couple little basil babies, but I don't know if they're root
Ugh,
bound
I
or not
love
because they
basil.
haven't done any like growing recently in a couple weeks. But it also is the winter, so I don't know.
When I was in high school, like when I still lived with my parents, I grew basil in their yard. I swear to God, it was huge. It was like 2.5 feet tall and bushy, and I would make big batches of pesto in it. But like since I moved here, I've tried to grow it in pots before, and I just like cannot do it. I don't know. It has to be in the ground for me.
I would love to have just like a constant basil plant that I can just pull from, but I
Yeah,
don't know. Maybe one day. Same with mint. When I was growing up, I
yeah.
had some mint plants outside in our backyard, and the way that you cannot fucking kill a mint plant, by
I
the way,
used to get
like
I used to get paid to remove mint.
it's she's fucking in there. She's
Yeah.
seated. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she grows like a weed, actually, but she's not a
Mm-hmm.
weed.
I love plants. I love this
Yeah, me
new
too.
me. All right.
I love
Well,
the time frame.
after 4.5 months, have we quibbled?
We have queerly. Wasn't there? Didn't? Oh, yeah. Never mind. Sorry, I was gonna say, isn't there another segment of the pod, which is what are you into? But that's kind of all we talked about this whole time. So,
Yeah, that's
um,
what I was thinking.
so never
Listen,
mind.
we're getting back in the swing of it. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, we queerly quibbled and all that stuff.
Fabulous.
Okay. Bye.
Yes. But before we go, for those of you who have listened to us before, you can expect more regular programming from your favorite queer individuals. Most likely every 2 weeks. Don't know the date yet. We'll have to see what that turns into. And if you don't already, follow us on social media. You can find us on Instagram at Mutable Immutables. You can find us on Twitter at Immutables Pod. And you can find us on YouTube at Mutable Immutables. And we are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts, or whatever the saying goes. I don't know. So, anyway,
Beautiful. Um.
thanks.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go
Okay,
finish watching Scream. Bye.
bye.